Hello everyone, welcome to Eat Well, Play Hard. This is our final lesson of the series. It's called Growing Goodness, and we're talking about growing our own food, right? Have you ever been to a farm where a farmer plants seeds and grows food? Did you know that most of the food in the grocery store that we eat started off as just a tiny little seed and then grew into something that we could eat? If we're thinking about my plate and where different food comes from, our fruits and vegetables and grains can all be traced back to a seed, right? Fruits like apples or bananas usually start as a tiny seed that gets planted in the ground. That seed will grow into a tree, and on that tree will grow an apple or a banana, right? Now there's different number of seeds inside of these fruit. Apple have maybe 5 or 6 seeds in them, while a banana will have hundreds of tiny seeds, right? Vegetables also grow from seeds, right? A carrot starts off as a little seed, and the root is the big part of the plant that grows down into the soil that we eat. While other vegetables could be flowers like broccoli and cauliflower that grow on the top of a stem above the ground, right? Now grains are kind of a special food because these seeds don't grow inside of the fruit part of the plant. They grow on top of a tall skinny stalk, kind of like these stalks behind me here, right? Ever seen hay growing out in a field that has seeds on the outside, and you can plant those seeds in the ground to grow more hay? Or if it's something like wheat, we could take those seeds off and mill them, which means grind it into a small powder that we call flour, right? Have you ever baked something with flour? You can make bread or pancakes or cookies with flour, right? So these different plants here all start off as seeds, and seeds are kind of the basic growing piece for a lot of the food that we eat, right? And if you really think about it, seeds also help us with these our other food categories, right? If we're talking about protein, we can eat some seeds directly for protein. Beans are actually a seed that have a lot of protein in them, or we can plant them to grow more beans, right? Things like sunflowers or pumpkin seeds are also seeds that can be planted to grow more things. We can eat them for protein. Animals also eat plants, right? That will help them grow, and then we eat those animals. Animals from our protein category will also eat plants that help them grow into the foods that we eat, right? Same with our dairy. Cows will eat hay, for example, that will help nourish them so they can produce milk so we can get dairy, right? So seeds really play a part in all the different foods we eat. Today we are going to focus on fruits because fruits actually carry seeds. We're going to read a book called A Fruit is a Suitcase for Seeds. It talks about how fruit carries around seeds and can help us plant them, right? But those fruits are also a great source of nutrition. So Samantha is going to try a few different fruits with you today and show you the different seeds inside, which should be really fun. And she also has a fun activity for us. So I'm really excited for today's lesson. I'm going to pass it off to Samantha now.
Hi friends! Today is very exciting because I am going to be cutting open some fruits with you. I'm going to be cutting them open and then I'm going to taste test them. So this lesson is all about where do fruits and vegetables come from and how do we grow our very own. So I have 3 different fruits in front of me. Can you guess what they are? What's this fruit? It's a tomato. What about this one? It's a tropical fruit. Can't really grow in Maine, but it grows in warmer places. This is a papaya. It's very fun seeds inside. What about this one? This is a special fruit that is called orange flesh melon. Now we can grow certain types of melon in Maine, but this one's actually from Mexico. It says so on the sticker here. But I assume it grows in slightly warmer places than Maine. So Are we ready to cut them open and see what they look like on the inside? Ooh, look at that. Do you see the seeds? So I'm holding little tomato seeds in my hand right now. Can you see them? They're all covered in gel. Okay, let's try it. Do you like tomato, or have you tried tomato before? I especially love tomato in my salsa. All right, ready? It smells sweet and tomatoey. It's very slimy, a little wet. Texture's very smooth. It's a little sweet, a little acidic. Yeah. Let's do the papaya next. All right. Wow. Check out the seeds in this papaya. Papayas are full of seeds. I bet if you saved one of these, you could start to grow your very own papaya plant. Let's take a little piece off of this so I can try it. Have you ever had papaya before? All right, here we go. I don't really smell anything. It's a little bit creamy, a little bitter, almost like a melon, but not really. It has its own flavor. All right, there we go. Now let's see what the seeds look like on the inside of our orange flesh melon. You ready? 3, 2, 1. Ooh, what does that look like to you? You know what it looks like to me? It looks like a cantaloupe. Have you ever had a cantaloupe? They can grow in Maine, so you're welcome to try your own. All right, so you see the seeds on the inside of this cantaloupe. Let's dig some out. Remember, you can dry these. Make sure you dry them, and then you can put them right in soil and watch them grow. Let's try this now. I'm thinking it might taste like a cantaloupe, but I'm not sure. Take off a little bite. You ready? It almost smells like bubble gum, but it has a little bit of a melon smell too. Oh my goodness, friends. This orange flesh melon tastes a little bit like bubble gum to me. I'm not joking. All right, I had so much fun with you guys dissecting these fruits and taste testing them. Let's go over to Sam now, who's gonna read a story for you.
All right, our story today is called Fruit is a Suitcase for Seeds. And this is a really interesting book that talks about how seeds travel and how things like an apple, maybe, almost operate like a suitcase, right? What's a suitcase do? A suitcase is like an empty container that you can put things inside of them to move them around. In a similar way, apples have kind of a hollow center where the seeds live, right? And when that apple goes somewhere, it takes the seeds with it. So let's get into this book and look at how seeds travel. It says, most plants have seeds. Right? Have you ever planted a seed in the ground? When you put a seed in the ground and water it, a new plant grows from it. Seeds often travel to faraway places. If seeds did not travel, too many plants would grow in one place and it would be very crowded. Think about all these seeds growing in one place. Have you ever been in a forest where lots of plants grow together? That's an example of all these seeds growing in the same place, whereas if they spread out, maybe those plants wouldn't be so crowded. Some seeds travel on the wind. Have you guys ever blown on a flower and see these little seeds get carried away? Some seeds travel in the water. Think about rain or a stream or river flowing down and taking seeds with it. And many seeds travel inside of fruits. Do you know what kind of fruit this is? It's pomegranate. These are delicious. They have lots of juicy seeds in the middle. The fruit is like a suitcase for the seeds, and it protects them on their trip. Fruits look beautiful and taste good, so animals and people eat them and drop the seeds in different places. Think about animals in a jungle taking fruit with them and maybe dropping the seeds as they eat it. Some fruits carry one big seed inside of them. This seed is called a pit, right? And these fruit all grow in trees, right? Avocados, peaches, apricots, cherries, plums. A cherry is one of these fruits. I love cherries. Some fruits have many small seeds inside of them. An apple is one of these, right? So you can see these are kind of medium-sized seeds in these fruit here. And some fruits have many, many tiny seeds inside of them. A kiwi is one of these fruit. So bananas, kiwis, blueberries, right, all have tiny little seeds. They're actually so small and soft we can eat them. And many berries, such as strawberries and blackberries, carries their seeds on the outside. Raspberries do too. Have you guys ever had a raspberry like these bears are eating? These are kind of unique with their seeds on the outside. Some vegetables we eat are really fruits, and they carry seeds too. So this is a little confusing, right? Maybe you thought these were vegetables, but knowing that they have seeds inside, they are actually fruit. We have butternut squash, tomatoes, green peas, acorn squash, peppers, cucumbers, even olives. Peas are seeds. Can you find the seeds in this ear of corn? Actually, the whole thing, right? Hint, it's the part you eat. I'll bet you didn't know that every time you eat a peach, a cherry, an avocado, a plum, a cucumber, a tomato, a grape, an apple, an orange, a pea, a pear, a melon, a banana, or a blueberry, you're actually eating a suitcase for seeds. The end. Very interesting to think about, right? As we're eating fruits like strawberries where a seed is on the outside, or maybe a banana with seeds on the inside, you can think about all the places that fruit has traveled and how that fruit is really a protection for those seeds as they move around. If you think about maybe bananas growing in another country, they got moved here and now can grow in warm climates, maybe in California or Florida, but probably started in a different country. It's pretty cool how we can transport seeds around the world to share food with different people because fruits are a suitcase for seeds. All right, back to Samantha now. I'll see you guys next time.
Interesting. Oh, hi friends. Welcome to our activity today. Guess what we're gonna do? We're gonna be doing an art project with newspaper. This is one of my favorite things to do. And since we're talking about growing our own plants, this will be a perfect thing. So, let's do it. So the very first thing you want to do is find yourself a newspaper. It can be this big. I've already cut this one in half. So you're gonna take your piece of newspaper and cut it down the middle. I've already done that, like this. Now what we're gonna do is put them on top of each other and cut this down the middle again. Voila! This is what it should look like. Let's start our seeds. Today, I have lettuce and I have pea seeds. You'll notice that these two vegetables have way different seeds. But first, let's talk about soil. This is potting soil. You can find it at a regular store. And we want to make sure that our soil is not too dry and not too wet. It's just right, just like Goldilocks. Okay, time to fill our newspaper pots with soil. I'm just going to use my hands, but you can also use a shovel. Next step is to label our popsicle sticks. I gotta write the name of the vegetable I am planting and the date. So, okay. Now that I have my sticks all ready to go, it's time to plant. But remember, seeds are really, really small, so they don't need to go very deep into our soil. They just need to go a little bit into the soil. So I'm gonna make 3 holes for 3 seeds. Okay? Okay, now I gotta cover it gently. Remember, be very gentle. Okay, and put our label in. What else does a seed need to grow? Water. You can use a spray bottle to spray our seeds, or you can take it off. You can just use a regular cup. I'm gonna put just enough water in these pots so they can start growing. Now remember, in order for this plant to grow, we want to make sure that we put this in a nice warm place with sunshine, and you want to water it. But remember, when you water it, make sure that you don't overwater it. When you water your plants, I want you to look for this type of soil. Stick your finger in it, make sure it's a little moist, and squeeze it. If it squeezes and makes a little clump and doesn't fall apart, breaks apart easily, then you have the right soil. Well, thank you friends for joining me and Sam today on an adventure all about finding out where our fruits and vegetables come from. I had so much fun with you guys in our series of Eat Well, Play Hard. This is our very last video lesson with you guys, but I'm hoping that we'll be able to see you in person very soon. Until then, I hope you stay kind, stay healthy, and maybe grow your own plants. Thanks guys, much love.